Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu. Today, a very small sutta we're going to discuss. And the sutta name is called Samāpattisutta. In English, it's called entering. This sutta, it is from Numerical Discourses, book of 5, sutta number 6, the first 6 sutta. As we see, all this karma, good and bad, is created because how we think, how we feel, how we behave, So in this sutta, Buddha mentioned a couple of things which, if we establish in our life, then the akusala can be undone. Akusala can be get rid of. Buddha says, if the one thing exists in our life, then another thing cannot be stay in the same place. So the kusala and akusala, these two things cannot have the same moment. So there is a split of second, the difference may be there, but there is a difference in akusala and kusala. So in this sutta, Buddha explained like this. Natava bhikkhave akusalasya samapatti hoti yav saddha pachupatitha hoti kusalesu dhammesu. Buddha says, because there is no entering upon the unwholesome so long as faith is securely settled in wholesome qualities. So when our mind is established, like we all have thinkings, we all have the what we can say, we constantly process everything in our life, some good things, some bad things, So the Buddha says, when we place confidence on kushala dhamma, what is the wholesome, we place the confidence, there is no chance that akusala can exist in that moment. Yatoch ko bhikkave saddha antarahita hoti. Because, but when the faith has disappeared, antarahita, it means disappearing. Antardhan also, it means vanishing. Okay. So antarahita hoti, saddha antarahita hoti. When the confidence has disappeared and lack of faith obsess one. Asadhya pariyuttaya titthati. So when the lack of faith is filled in our life, all the collapse, all the circled in our life, in that moment, atha akusalas samapatti hoti. In that time, then there is the entering upon the unwholesome. unwholesome. So, when the faith is established in kusala, in that moment, there is no akusala in our life. But when this faith of akusala has disappeared, vanished, reduced, and when there is no confidence anymore, in that moment, this akusala will be increased and it will be established in our life. So, as a kusala dhamma, the faith, how can we place it? How can we place? What is the kusala? How can we understand? How can we learn? How can we establish our confidence on faith? So, in a simple word, what we can say that all the monks they followed, all the lay devotees they followed only one teacher. What? Supreme Buddha. Once we develop the confidence on Supreme Buddha, in same moment that confidence on kusala also increases by that. All the time, whenever the monks has any difficulties, monks has any questions, they go and ask from the Bantes or go and ask from the Supreme Buddha. And when the Supreme Buddha, some of the time, he asked the counter question, they simply replied what they say. Bhagava Mulika Dhamma Bhagava Nittika. That this whole Dhamma has been proclaimed by Supreme Buddha, taught by Supreme Buddha, seen by Supreme Buddha. So, as the Supreme Buddha will explain, we will listen and understand. We will memorize it. So that when the Buddha says, this is akusal, this is unwholesome, then we should remember, understand, and categorize that as a akusal. When the Supreme Buddha says, this is a kusala dhamma, then we can develop, okay, this is the kusala dhamma. I should give chance in my life to develop this wholesome. So that is called placing the faith on kusala. What is the quality of kusala then? Kusala has the sukha vipaka. Sukha vipaka, it means give happiness. Give happiness. Give something, the satisfaction. The kusala, give that. So once someone understands that I want to live happy life, then what he has to do? This person has to develop the confidence on kusala dhamma. What the Buddha mentioned, the kusala is. What is the wholesome then? Abstaining from killing beings, abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct, abstaining from telling lies, abstaining from intoxicating ourselves, abstaining from mithya ditti, getting rid of that, abstaining from vyapad, ill will, abstaining from covetousness. That is the thing that unwholesome, wholesome, abstaining from that, that is the kusala. And what to develop in that moment? Developing generosity, developing loving kindness, developing the helping hand to give someone the assistance. You need something to help. So physically working for them, that is called wholesome. That should we develop. Investigating in our life that do wholesome qualities exist in me or not? Once we do that, once we every day when we think of, I have done today these good things, so I am on the right path. If you feel that I haven't done this good thing, then let me develop something. Let me have the good result. So striving for that to gain something good. That is called the placing the confidence on wholesome, placing the confidence on kushal. Kushal is come from the Supreme Buddha. Kushala is prayed by Supreme Buddha. So developing confidence on him too. Understanding, giving that chance. Because when the kusala, confidence on kusala exists, there is no unwholesome in our life. And nothing can be stayed as it is. Like someone go refuge to Triple Jam, someone go refuge to Buddha. And if you don't investigate in his life that this exists or not, is it developing or not, then there is a large chance that can be get rid of. For developing this confidence on kusala, Supreme Buddha mentioned another thing is called Kalyanamitta Asraya, association of noble friends. When we associate of noble friends, what we have? That we have chance to see good things in surrounding of us, surrounding of these noble friends. And we try to practice and develop that. So with the help of noble friends, we establish confidence on the Kusala Dhamma. So the unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome things, unwholesome practices can be removed, plucked out from our life. But Buddha says, once that saddha, antarahita, when the confidence, the lack of faith is there on this wholesome thing, then akusalasya samāpattisutta. Immediately the akusala enters in our life. Enters in our life. So we should be aware of where we are surrounded of. If we are surrounded of the wrong people who is to most of the time engage themselves in intoxication, not today, not tomorrow, but day after tomorrow, the thought will arise in our mind, oh, nothing has happened to them. No one is suffering by that. Why should not I try it? So there, in that moment, the saddha toward goodness we have lost. Usually we say losing the faith on humanity. Why? Because no one is helping. So that does not happen immediately. That thought doesn't come. It comes because of surrounding what we see every day. So we should be aware that we should place our confidence, faith on the wholesome things. Always we should investigate. Let me be the good person in this world. If I am a good person, then the goodness will follow me and the result will come automatic. Result will be there. So first thing we should investigate and we should establish in our life is placing confidence, placing faith on the wholesome things. Investigating in our life what is wholesome and do this exist in my life or does this exist in me? Am I developing this faith on wholesome or am I losing this? As you investigate, you will find out, yes, you have the faith, but some of the time, because of influence, because of all these things, we lose also. So what to do on that time? We can investigate these other things or we can take the help from the noble friends. How we do the next thing? Supreme Buddha says, Natav bhikkhave akusalas samāpatti hoti yav hiri pachupattita hoti kusalesu dhammesu. Buddha says, there is no entering upon the wholesome so long as a sense of moral shame is securely settled in the wholesome qualities. So, moral shame. What is the moral shame? feeling guilty if we do something wrong. Moral things is that stealing is bad thing. So we should say, not someone else say, shame on you. No, we should feel within ourselves. Stealing something from someone is a shameful act. I should not engage in it. Drinking is a shameful act. Shameful. People may praise about this. People may say very good things about this. But it is shameful because what happened after lose the control of our all the senses, make a human being as the behave like an animal, or maybe animals are better than that person, because drinking make us forget our mother, father, brother, sister, wife, all the surrounding of, we lose respect. We lose respect of our body. You may have seen or not, I don't know, but addicts, drug addicts or alcohol people, they are falling nearby street. There is a rain and nothing. No one is caring. They don't care their life. So that is, so telling ourselves these are shameful act. If we investigate, if we think of, okay, this is the shameful thing, then we avoid those things. So Buddha says, when we have this moral shame for all, and we place that confidence on wholesome qualities, then there is no unwholesome thing can enter in our life. But as soon as the sense of moral shame has disappeared, then what happened? The moral shamelessness obsesses us. And then there is the entering upon the unwholesome things. What Buddha says, Yato chako bhikkhave hiri antarahita hoti. When the moral shame is disappeared, ahirikang pariyuttaya tittati, that the moral shamelessness comes in our life, appears. Atha akusalasa samāpatti, that time akusala is established in our mind. So as soon as our friends, our surrounding people, they engage in such a behavior, and we see, okay, they are engaging in that, and they told us, okay, do it, nothing happens. See, you can smoke, you can drink, no bad thing is in that. You can abuse others, like friends when they are there, when they are teenager or someone, what do? They harass women, you know, they say some bad words. What happened in that moment? Due to surrounding of this friendship, people engage, and then others who will join, they also do. So what happened that moment? The moral shame has down. Unwholesome thing has developed there. Same thing. If someone says such a bad words to our mother, our sister, what happened? We get angry. We don't feel that thing, the same thing, that what we are doing, it is also wrong. So placing this, developing, having this moral shame, the hiri in our life, it is very important. Very important. As long as the hiri is there, as long as the sense of moral shame is there, that much long we are avoiding unwholesome. We are avoiding unwholesome. But once we become shameless, or once we lose that moral shame, then there is very less thing to take. You know, in this moral shame and moral greed, Buddha has said something like similar. You can understand this. There is the person who does not have the moral shame or moral greed, or does not have the practice in their life. It is the firewood in the forest which is covered with the dirt or with the covered with the goo or toilet or something. So that firewood stick cannot be, that wood cannot be used in the holy places. We cannot burn that in the house, or we cannot use that in outside in the forest also. So forest is, it is mean that the monkhood's life, and the home, it means as a householder's life. So if this moral shame and moral greed does not exist, then we are like a firewood which is covered, which is filled with dirt. We, no one can take it by their own hand, you know, no one can pluck, no one can pick it up. So how can this person be utilizing it? So these two things are very important. Second one is called otappa, greed, moral greed. न ताव भिक्खवे अकुशलस्य समापत्ति होति यावोत्तपं पच्चुपट्टितं होति कुशलेषु धम्मेषु. As long as we have this moral greed or fear toward kusala dhamma, that long we do not have the akusala. Fear of what? How can we say the fear? So as everything come back to us, everything we do good, the result will be us. The bad result will be to us. You know, it's a continuous circle. Like when we are very young, that we learn what we learn, that water vaporized from the ocean goes to land, cool downs, fall the rain, then it's run again by the river and goes to ocean. This is circle continuously happening. Same thing with us also happening. We do good karma, that becomes effective, and then it gives result to us. We do bad karma, that also generates, that also thinks, and then it also gives results. So this circling is happening. So Otappam, the greed, moral greed, not the fear of someone's, the gunpoint, not the fear of this, but ourself, self-employed greed is there, like which is come from the Dhamma, which is come from the Dhamma. Buddha says, because teaching is his, so Buddha says, if you do something this wrong, then the wrong result will be there in our life. This will be the result we will facing. So this person thinks, I should not want to suffer in this. I don't want to suffer in this life. So I should avoid this. The fear, the greed, you know, the fear of unwholesome result, result of unwholesome qualities. Once that is in our life, automatically we develop the kusala. But Buddha says, Yatojako bhikkhave otappang antarahitam hoti. As soon as this otappa has vanished from our life, moral shame, moral greed has vanished from our life, then atha akusalasa samāpatti hoti. Then the establishment of unwholesome qualities, unwholesome things appears in our life. So when there is no saddha, there is no moral shame, there is no moral greed, what exists? There exists akusala, there exists unwholesome thing that we should understand. Fourth one, Buddha says, Natava bhikkhave akusalasa samāpatti hoti yava viriyam pachupattitam hoti kusalesu dhammesu. As long as the energy is established on wholesome qualities, wholesome things, the good things, the energy is established, means energy to do good things. We are motivating ourselves. We are forcing ourselves to do good, be a good person, Be a wise person. Develop these things. Doing good is very important for. Doing good will be give you name, the recognition, and something that we tell ourselves. And we force ourselves to do something good. That is called energy. So Buddha says, as long as the energy established on the doing good, there is no unwholesome. There is no establishment on unwholesome. But yatochako bhikkhave viryang antarahitang hoti. As soon as this virya, this energy is disappeared from the kusala, then osajang pariyuttaya tittati. So there is lack of what we can say laziness. Kosajang, it means laziness. Laziness appeared in our life. Laziness, what it does? It drives us toward akusala. How this happens? So laziness, how this make us? Someone is working very hard, but here he sees, oh, doing good, I'm earning very less. I have to work a lot, very lot. If I steal something, if I have the laziness, if I steal something, I will have the same thing what I needed from what I can buy, and it will be easily I can get it. So once this person take it, he become more lazy. Nothing he can do anymore. You know. So that laziness, once it comes, automatically that becomes the territory of akusala. Akusala samapatti, established in akusala. This laziness brings that. In thinking about that thing, people do intoxication of these all things. Why? Because they want to release their thoughts. They want to have some little bit peace. But peace doesn't come from there. Someone asks you, sit down for half an hour for meditation, so you can have the peace of mind. This person thinks half an hour sitting closed eyes and thinking of Dhamma. It is difficult. But yes, small pill, little bit drugs can make my life easier. Slowly, slowly, this person destroys himself. That laziness. Energy to do good. Like today, I'm feeling very lazy to go to the monastery. And today there is a program. If you're feeling lazy, what will you do? You will avoid that. You will stay at home. And then the thinking will come. Today I did not go, and I'm fine. There is no downfall of Dhamma in me. I'm fine. I'm doing the same things what I will do in the monastery. I'm doing the same thing. I don't have to go. So the next time also you skip. And the next time also you skip. And the next time also you skip. Once you become that habit, what happened? First day you are practicing, whole day as you practice the Dhamma in monastery, you are doing. And then slowly, slowly you will find, oh, let me finish this little bit chore what I'm doing. Let me cook for my family, then I will do these things. Oh, I have a little bit work. Let me finish that and then I will meditate. And you will find within a couple of months that nothing remains there, totally finished. Because being away from the noble friends also gives a chance to bring. So this energy to develop good, that striving, it is very important for Dhamma practice. Don't be lazy. This sutta is not for you more, but more for us. So we should learn that being lazy, it will drag our life toward unwholesome things. Once we give chance to this laziness, automatically unwholesome akusala will be established in our life. But if we give up on that, automatically we can develop good things. So Buddha says, that is becomes when the laziness comes. Kosajang pariyuttaya. Laziness befall on us. Atha akusalasa samāpattisutta. That becomes the akusala's domain or territory of akusala. Akusala, we entered in akusala. We establish ourselves in akusala. The last one Buddha says, Natava bhikkhave akusalasa samapatti hoti, yava panya pachupattita hoti kusalesu dhammesu. Buddha explained, there is no entering upon the unwholesome so long as wisdom is securely settled in cultivating wholesome qualities. So, when the wisdom is placed, what the wisdom do? Wisdom distinguish from good and bad. Wisdoms give us a chance what is important for our life, what is not. Wisdoms give eyes to see the clarity. Wisdom is something that you can look this world, not just only this eyes, but the inner eyes, like cause and effect. We cannot see by this mortal eyes. You know where we can see throughout the Dhammachak, through the inner eyes. This panya gives that wisdoms, gives that eyes. So then once by the panya we see this is good, this is bad, what we will choose? We will choose good. If the panya is not there, if the wisdom is not there, and that wisdom should be established on the good things. Wisdom can be manipulated also. Wisdom can be changed. Like if someone from the infancy tells you, killing another being for the holy cause, it is beneficial. Where your wisdom has developed, you have developed in that direction. That wisdom is filled with the blind faith and all these things. But still, that is the wisdom also. That is also that. Someone has told you, there is no karma, there is no effect, there is no good or bad in this world. Just this is the only life that you have to live. So why are you living in suffering? Don't worry about others. Enjoy your life. Live. Die. Everyone has to die one day. So you can abuse, you can do all the things. Nothing matters. So if someone teaches us that, and with the influence of this, what we will do? We will do akusala. We will lose the good thing. So wisdom, establishing in the wholesome, that is the, as long as the wisdom is established in wholesome qualities, then there is no unwholesome thing exists. But yathochako bhikkhave panya antarahita hoti. As soon as the panya is disappeared from our life, dupanya pariyuttaya titrate, then there is the foolishness, or we can call lack of wisdom. Lack of wisdom is there. Lack of wisdom is that believing in all the things what we hear. Like earlier time, it was there in the Buddha's time. Or if someone captures someone's heart throughout the dancing, that person will go to this kind of heaven. Lack of panya, because of the textbook said about that, such a thing. Book says about these things, not investigating truly what is wholesome and what is unwholesome. That panya we should understand. Once that is there in our life, then wholesome establish. Once that is finished, that becomes the domain of unwholesome. That becomes the domain of bad things. Then we establish on unwholesome things, unwholesome qualities. So, Saddha, Hiri, Otappa, Virya, and Panya. These 5 things. If these 5 things we have established on the wholesome qualities, thought of wholesomeness, then There is no akusala exist in that moment in our life. There is no akusala, there is no bad thing. So if there is no bad thing, there is no bad result of it. Then our life can have the peaceful, happy life. Not only this, but the coming also. The coming also. So once today we secured ourselves, tomorrow won't we regret that? Like this world is like doing the farming, you know, every year what we plant. So we have to take care of soil, we have to provide the proper water, fertilizer and everything. So next year we can have that, what we get the grain and everything, and we can sail and live our life. If we do something wrong, if we become lazy, if we don't take interest in our farming, if we don't have that fear, or if we don't have these things, what we will do? Automatically, we will not do the proper farming. And the result of that, we won't earn the money, we won't earn the grain, we won't earn the happiness throughout this. In this life, we do the same thing. So the coming birth, the coming bhava will be suffer, will be suffer. And then we will say, I am the good follower, I am the good person. Why I am the only one who is suffering? I haven't done today anything. It is not for today. It's what you did yesterday, what you did previously. You know, in the Buddha's time, there was a Vishaka. She also, when she married and went to the her what it called, the husband's house, and she saw that her father-in-law is looking, that monk is there and on the door, but did not pay attention to offer something. She replied, my father-in-law is having the leftover or the yesterday's food he is eating. And he got very angry. Why? Because he was unable to understand this. What she is saying, the meaning of that, understanding the meaning of that, that is the wisdom. When then she explained why I said, because you did not offer, you did not did something good, you did not practice the wholesome thing. Today, it means what you are enjoying today, it is the previous one. You are not earning today, so you are not worthy. For tomorrow, you will have the same thing. That thing changes his life. That thing changes a lot of people's life. So these 5 things, Saddha, Hiri, Otapa, Virya, and Panya, confidence, faith, moral shame, moral fear, energy, and wisdom. If these 5 things we divert, we place, we practice toward the wholesome, utilize toward the wholesome thing, wholesome qualities, as long as our these 5 things is focused toward wholesome things, there is no chance that unwholesome thing will be in our life. But as soon as this 4, 5 things is decreased from our life, automatically the unwholesome thing will be there. Automatically will be there. So be aware of that. Strive, practice Dhamma. So these 5 good things can keep, you should keep in your life regarding wholesome things. Utilize these 5 things toward wholesome things. So unwholesome can be avoided from our life. So this is very beautiful sutta, but very good sutta. So investigate in your life, understand and practice. May the Samāpattisutta, the establishment of this sutta, be helpful for all of you to investigate, understand, and place these five things: Saddha, Hiri, Otapa, Virya, and Panya in the wholesome qualities. And may you realize the 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha dispensation. Sadhu. I hope that you understand. The sutta mainly focus on about association. We don't feel that, but they are interconnected. The kusala is the kusala is the noble friend's name. So the kusala is these five all things is together. Once we have that, automatically our life slowly push toward wholesome things, and unwholesome things automatically uh, we can get rid of. So practice that. If you have any questions, we can discuss upon that.
Actually, I'm just wondering how does it that some people really they 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 do not have the moral shame. Okay, they don't have the moral fear, so they don't fear something. They believe that they are the best, they are the biggest, the mightiest, or let's say shame. They have no shame at all. So and then they talk to a large crowd, and then they believe that um they do a lot of bad things, but they still got some support from a lot of people. So so sometimes these kind of people we do not understand how did they develop it themselves? Was it inborn, or they learn it from bad friends? But then so maybe Bante can share some insights. Thank you, Bante.
Yes. So the Harry thing is, good qualities every person possess. You know, this thief or the killer also have this, security for their family. They also have that. Okay, so from every life, like someone is a very means the bloody handed or killer, or who practice that in previous life, then his nature is more prone to these bad things. Okay, nature is that. But in this life, the surrounding, like a friendship, like the way that he born, in the his belief, his faith, those all effects in his behavior. Everything affects on his behavior. So if he has bad friends, then he will have that tendency. If he has the bad neighborhood, then he will this thing. Like usually what we do, we see this world and we try to do that. You see, there is a fashion shows. We don't wear this, but it effect on that. Like you see the any billboards on the street, and you see, oh, that is beautiful thing. Advertisement, what they do, they influence us to utilize this. You know, so whatever they make it, yes, it is okay to do. Then we also try to do those things. So the influence is the very important. That influence, if it is toward wrong things, then there is no shame, there is no dread, because they are not frightened of karma. Basically, if there is no panya, then there is no understanding of this also. So the person should be aware of that. If I do something wrong, I will have the wrong result of that. That simple equation, if this person understands, then automatically there is a moral shame and moral dread is there.